Welcome back to the Curiosity Cave. Today I have an update on my exhibit set collection from 1947 through 1966. Currently, I'm sitting at 469 different cards out of 691, which is 67.97%. So, going to try and pick up at least one exhibit a week. If I'm able to do that, it'll be a couple of years before I finish, but that's okay. Some of the cards get kind of expensive, so it's nice to spread them out like that. But who knows, I might find a good lot of them at a show or at the National. Who knows, maybe on eBay. I just picked up a nice batch on eBay where I added about 7 or 8 more cards. A lot of the cards I didn't need from a batch that I bought, but I did some upgrades, and that's always good. Some of them were the 1939 through 46 salutation exhibits. Those are the ones with cordially yours truly, best wishes, etc. on them. So here's some of the ones that I picked up. Well, it's all the ones that I recently picked up. We'll start with Phil Cavaretta, Chicago White Sox. Nice old logo there. King Kong Charlie Keller. This first group will be salutation exhibits. I think he's like 5'10", but he could really hit the ball a long way for those 1940s Yankees. Hall of Famer Marty Marion, St. Louis Cardinals. This one's kind of cool because it's got the player stamp on the back. I think John Mangini had a video a while back with player stamps on the back of cards, and he was able to match a few up. Next we have 1945 World Series hero Hal Newhouser. Well, that's just a great view. I like the patch on the arm there. An old reliable Andy Pafko, Cub fan favorite, and also a Braves fan favorite. Howie Pollitt in his windup. Dixie Walker. This is the version with the D on the hat. The version with the D scratched off the hat, that was printed along with the 47 through the 66 set, which I'll start going through now. There's also salutations that were printed during the 46 through 66, and they count for my set as 47 through 66 because that's when they were printed. Start off with a 1962 stat back Yogi Berra, and 62 had red or black stats. This Yogi has black stats. Next up we have Lou Boudreau. This card is printed in both salutation and modern for 1947 through 66. Harry the Cat Burkeen. And that one I needed because it didn't have an exhibit card in the lower right. But this one does. Let's see. Yes, it does. Can't see it unless it's on the film that shows up. Here's George Case, one of the famous Cooper brothers from St. Louis, Mort, and his battery mate, catcher Walker Cooper. Next we have Joe Cunningham, 63 stat back exhibits. And all the 63s are red stats. This is one of the harder ones to get. Guy Curtright. The names of his misspelled. Should see cut right instead of Kurt right, I believe. That's one of the top 20 hard ones for me to get, and I got that. Murray Dixon. Here we go with Robert Feller. I do have several copies of this. This goes in the 47 to 66 set. White Sox Orville Grove. Another one of them damn Yankees. Tommy Heinrich. Kirby Higbee. Ken Keltner. This is a more difficult one too, the Harvey Keene with the Giants hat and uniform. Buddy Lewis with the Senators. He's also a little bit tougher to get. A lot of the tougher ones are usually ones that were only printed during 1 year. Like some were just 1949, some were just 1947. Those are usually the more difficult. Stan the Man Musial. And this one is an older made in USA version. There's 3 different years where this pose was made, but that's a good one. Don Newcombe in his Dodger jacket. There's also one with Don Newcombe, same picture, but you can't see Dodgers or the B. Joe Page, that's a good one. Was a tough one to get. Usually see these priced at $40, $50 or higher. I was able to find one for a lot better price. Same with Rip Sewell. He was a little more difficult to find. Pittsburgh Pirates. Enos Country Slaughter. Famous World Series run from first base. Vern Stevens. And here we have Mickey Vernon. He has 2 different poses. He also has a batting pose. Here's Vic Wertz from 1951. See the dark border? That was only done like that in 1951. And that also is a year when there's a lot of reprints of the Stan Musial with the dark border, so beware if it has a white back, or if you gray back, if you flash a flashlight through the back, you'll be able to see it on the front of the reprints or counterfeits. So that's my fat stack of exhibits. They're going to go into my binders, and hopefully I'll be able to have regular updates with some nice exhibit cards added. I'm also, by executive order of Hobby President John Mangini, wants me to do a video where I can show a lot of the different variations and a little more information on exhibits when they were printed, some things to look for, reprints, etc. So look for that in the coming weeks. I was going to do it this week, but I had a funeral, and I also have a football game to get to this weekend down in Texas. North Dakota State's playing for the national championship of FCS against Montana State, and it's supposed to be 30 some degrees, so should be interesting. Get my hand warmers and foot warmers, and I should be ready. Okay, see you next time. Have a great new year.